Oh, hi! I didn't see you there.
Hello.
Oh my
gosh, it's so good to see you.
God.
Oh, hello. Hi. Hi.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey.
Hey,
How's everyone
hello?
doing?
that was so good.
Oh,
So good.
good. That's
Super good.
good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ready to die.
ready to
What?
die.
So ready to perish.
Strong chance.
In my
There's
sleep.
a very strong chance, but that's okay. That's what backup characters are for. That's
Very
that's
close.
heroes.
Chance of homicide.
I love it. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. We're gonna jump right into it. I think it was a doozy of a last session, which we played just 1 week ago. I can't believe it's been
Definitely 1 week ago.
Only
One
one
week.
week. I remembered
Yeah, it's
everything that
been.
happens too because it's only been a week. So last we left off, our heroes of Havensford were continuing their journey northeastward through the wooded vale into the heart of darkness to try to uncover what it is that is causing all this magical disturbances and creatures venturing southwestward into Havensford. And the party, well gosh darn it, they were just super good at getting across that river, making a bridge of trees and getting across. And as they get across, lo and behold, Zahira, the local alchemist and herbalist, she just saddled on up and was calling for everyone, and the party was skeptical, to say the least, that this was the real Zahira, and in fact was the spidey senses of good old Babushka started a tingling, and lo and behold, if this was the real Zahira, they are no longer themselves, or they have been changed, or perhaps they always were evil, because gosh, Babushka was getting the tinglies in all the wrong places. And the party, not really taking any chances, attacked, and poor Zahira was dead. Except she wasn't dead. As Simon inspected, along with Honor, they checked and there was dilation in the pupils, and Zahira, whoever this was, disappeared, seemingly melting away into the ground. And as the party decided to push forward, continuing on, they came across a greeting party of sorts, a little group of goblins that basically gave them one small chance to return back whence they came. The party, of course, not agreeing to the terms. Swords were drawn, and a rather intense and long fight ensued. It was touch and go there for a little bit, as the final goblin left alive was seemingly just completely unaffected by any of their attacks or damage, and was in fact made stronger by their attacks and damage, but with some big brain plays by Simon again. The lovely cleric was able to cast a bit of healing on this creature, and it would appear that the healing was the key into kerploding them into dust. The party, of course, looked over the remains, got a nice little bit of loot, and continued on up the road, and are about to make camp for the night. And that is where we are picking up tonight. You all have continued up the road, we'll say for a couple of hours now, as the sun begins to set, though the change in lighting is not much different, as you are in the deep, thick wooded vale right now. As night sets upon you, you all will probably be needing to make camp soon, but the day is yours. What do you all wish to do, battered and bruised as you are? Go for it, Olus.
I just wanted to let everybody know that Ola's shirt is off.
Oh, thank God.
Of course, right.
Yep.
There's an
Sure, of
option.
course.
Sounds right.
The moment camp is set up, everyone like kind of loses sight of Olus for a second, and when they look back, he is shirtless. And that's
Very cool.
He has an
Very hot.
enchanted shirt.
Sick.
Love that.
Yeah, as soon as they find camp, Enwin is, until whatever point rest happens, is just
Mhm.
tossing rocks at trees again.
Okay.
That's about it.
I love it.
I do love it.
So, if
I think,
nothing else,
did we heal everyone who was injured got some sort of bandaging last time? Is that
yes, I
right?
believe everyone got
Yes.
at least a bandage. Now, where your health's at, I am leaving you all to track on the good old honor system. You will heal 1 point overnight, but that is it. It is rather slow. Davum, yes.
Hi, hello, Davim here. I'm actually going to make a request of the GM because I
Sure.
did not make a proper note of my HP on my character sheet,
Sure.
but I am positive I tracked it on my token. Would you
Okay.
look at my token for me and
I
tell me
will
what?
happily look at your token to see where
Thank
Davum's
you.
at.
And Babushka was
Reesh.
one of the people who didn't get healing because she was sending it to the others who needed it.
Oh, that's right. I patched you up, and then you wouldn't let anyone else touch you.
Yes.
So,
You
Davum,
can
if
only
your
benefit
token is
from
to
one
be
bandaging.
believed, you're at 18 out of 27 hit points.
Gorgeous. Thank you so
shit.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't.
27?
Davum
Beef.
popped off for healing or for hit points rolls.
I got 16 max.
Yeah, I rolled. I have a +2 to Constitution
shit.
because of that's my racial or sorry, my class like given primary stat. And then I rolled I think like a 6, a 7, and an 8 on the dice. And so
God damn.
we're just a
Davum's
sticky boy.
beefy.
But obviously we're down a third, which is not great.
It is, and because you all have been, you've been journeying and you have an idea. You have basically less than 2 days. It would effectively be, I believe, one more night after this left on your journey.
Yeah.
I will point out too, you're not on a time limit. However, you are in some fairly dangerous territory, so
Sure.
you can take your time, but
Watch it.
I think we
Oh.
discussed. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just no. Go ahead.
We discussed last time we were gonna.
Yours sounded way more important than what I was gonna say. So you go.
Well, I don't know about more important, but I just was remembering that I think we all discussed that we were gonna power through. Yeah.
hmm
We got to be close, right?
Gotta be.
It's getting much more scary. So
If I have learned anything in my years, it is that when you encounter resistance, you are going in the direction your enemy least wants you.
it's good. I think I want to hold on to that. I like that.
You are pretty beat up. It wouldn't
Right.
hurt to take some time.
think we should.
can-
Definitely rest.
This is a little bit of a CK question.
Sure.
I know last time I found 120 gold worth of moon speckles, but I'm also at a level where my alchemy is pretty like I'm not making health potions yet. Like that's at level
Right.
4. It's just like recognizing plants that have some like natural healing abilities. Did we
Right.
say what that would do?
yes, you can, with using your alchemy ability, I will let you make basically, I think is it charisma is your alchemy ability?
Yes.
If you want to make a check, I will allow you basically to make a check for 1 point healed for each herb. So you have a 12, so you can effectively attempt to heal 12 points with those herbs.
Okay.
Interesting.
Pretty good.
Is there anyone who wants some healing herbal tea?
I wouldn't say no.
That'd be
I could
nice.
use it, yeah.
Using meta knowledge, I will be at 14 tomorrow. So
13.
I'll be at 19. But
If I ever turn down tea, there is a short sword in one of my spare boots. You may use it to slit my throat, as it will never, ever be me, truly, who refuses some hot tea.
Yeah. Should we go around and share how we'd know if we were being possessed?
I definitely think it would be important to have a key phrase or something. I would say you may use hot tea as the key to determining if it is me. I have tea in the mornings and at night, never in the middle of the day.
Interesting.
What about you,
Uh,
Lenore?
I think if I ever see a raccoon and don't tear up a little bit.
How would we procure a raccoon?
Are we meant to just carry one around with us?
Yeah, just do you all not just have raccoons come to you in the wild?
We'll
no.
just keep a
Raccoons?
raccoon in case of emergency.
do raccoons have a swim speed? Because then I'd be able to speak with them.
I think
They
they
do,
can
actually.
they can swim.
They can't swim.
Everything has a swim speed for a few seconds.
Oh, God.
Not wrong.
Oh. Think speed. No, I would destroy everything to save a drowning raccoon. But yeah, if worst case scenario, I have raccoons on my property, but it's not super helpful while we're out here.
If Olus has his shirt on, we assume he is not himself.
If
Exactly.
I'm ever in a setting where we are not in immediate danger and you do not see my nipples, then it is not me.
And
That's
if our dear priest has his shirt off, can we assume it is not him?
That's safe to assume, I think.
that's pretty safe, right?
The thing is, I just get like super humid underneath my like tabard and stuff. So like,
Right.
I need to like let my skin breathe. I kind of like breathe through my skin a little bit.
Is that why? I thought you were just super into yourself.
No,
I mean, not in like a jerky way, but like in like
Just
a hey.
very proud of what you've done.
It's
Yeah.
just kind of stifling to have like clothing on. So like,
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
yeah. Well, I mean, like
Hmm.
when that's how we like breathe when we're like swimming and stuff like that.
I thought it was gills.
No, I don't have gills.
Oh.
I guess I don't know if they'd be there or if they'd be somewhere else. I might have gills.
Have you had a look?
Not lately.
So you're saying you might have grown some in the interim.
Babushka's gonna look and just say,
Oh.
"So that tea."
Yeah.
So we're not like going around checking ourselves for gills all of a sudden.
Yeah, Lenore has been actively working on making the tea in this time. I rolled a 6, Zach.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll treat this basically as like a bandage, a less effective bandage. So everyone will heal. Who drinks the tea will heal 1 point instead of the potential 2 you could have possibly had with a pass.
Good.
So
Thank you.
Go to it.
This is great, Lenore.
Every little bit, yeah.
so we'll say. So I guess if what is that? 5, 6 people healing. You've used up 6 like bundles.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that healing is immediate.
We'll say yeah
Okay.
for intents and purposes. Yeah.
Hey man,
Trying
every
to
little bit.
Oh yeah.
yeah, every little bit is important. I'm trying to think of things that might give away that I'm not me, and I'm really kind of stumped,
Put down
actually.
that
If
sword.
you offer your sword, yes.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. None of you should touch my sword. That's a bad move. Not
Why?
It's a little kind of personal, I guess. It's just kind of a I just feel linked to it. It's the only evidence that I've got that that I'm not crazy.
Right.
So,
If that were to disappear, I'm sure that would be
right.
not great.
And I mean, think back to the last couple of months, right? When have you seen me without it?
Never.
So, that's not a bad, gig.
If I ever start talking about dreams, like at night, like I had a crazy nightmare, or like, you know, sharing dreams from the nighttime, I don't dream.
Oh,
No, no
Ever?
dreams.
Nothing
like,
at all.
I don't recall one ever. It's the
really?
shadow fairies, I'm telling you.
Do you just fall asleep and then you're just like
And
in
you wake up,
existence the next day?
Well, yeah, I fall asleep and then I wake up.
and there's nothing,
No.
nothing in the middle, eh?
I
Not
don't
really.
always remember my dreams, but you know.
But not never.
I don't think I've ever had one.
Huh.
I feel like even when I don't remember them, I sometimes wake up with like a sense of them.
Yes.
Like a sense of I did experience things, like a sense of like passage or something.
It's so weird. How do you feel like you got any rest? Because
Sometimes
your
I
mind's
actually
just been
don't.
active all night.
Well, it's
Yeah,
not
I'm
like
with the
I'm sitting
Nor.
here kind of like thinking the whole time, right? Uh it's not exercising brain power or whatever,
It's
right? It's just it
Like
is
watching a
rest.
show.
Yeah, it's like uh I don't know, dreaming about being a knight like Olaf, or having gifts like Lenore, or being a tough old bat like Babushka.
Or
You know, you
sometimes,
imagine yourself as something else, or
Oh, we
yeah.
daydream.
sometimes dreams are a place where you can see people you haven't seen in a long time.
Mm,
Sometimes you have dreams for a sense of not wanting to wake up.
That sounds great and dangerous.
I feel like my dreams are me processing things sometimes. And so sometimes like there can be happy reunions and you wake up feeling good and at peace with something that maybe you hadn't. And then other times it can stir up old wounds. And then you wake up feeling more exhausted than when you went to bed.
hmm
I feel
I
like
like the
dreams are
certainty.
just- yeah. I feel like it's just like you're sinking into a deeper part of yourself.
Mm.
when I was a kid, I always dreamed about what must be out there, you know, beyond the little patch that I knew, and now I mostly just dream about home.
You're talking about like at night, right? Like dreaming when you're
Right.
asleep.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, you know, crazy stuff that, you know, what's out beyond the hills out there, you know? Um, just whatever. And sometimes it's silly and doesn't make any sense, and sometimes it's mundane.
And when do you know if the rest of your family dreamed or not?
Oh, sure. Yeah. My brother's dreamed. Theo talks about his dreams all the time. My mom dreams. She talks about how, you know, she dreams of everyone that's missing, but just for some reason, I don't know.
I'm going to go to sleep. I'll let the wistful talks into the night belong to the young.
Mm.
Sometimes, sometimes I have a dream where a giant seahorse attacks Havensford.
That's tough.
Is it just like floating in the sky?
Yeah, it like comes out of the clouds and then burns the city down with its fire breath.
It has
Babushka
fire breath.
disappears into the shadows.
I've only ever seen pictures of seahorses.
They don't look very scary.
They're kind of cute.
Some
But if it
people
were big,
some
Yes,
people think
yeah.
they're dragons or like they're like descended from dragons.
They're like little lowercase cursive dragons.
Yeah.
like a fairy dragon. Like a little
Yeah.
sea fairy.
Are
Well-
you able to beat the seahorse in your dream?
No, it just like attacks and I'm just like there.
And that's it.
Are you being attacked or are you just like a bystander?
No, I'm just like there. I'm just like I see it and then like it does it's doing its thing and I'm kind of like watching it.
Yeah.
I should
does
try to
that-
fight it.
How does that make you feel?
I don't know. I'm never upset. I'm never like angry in the moment. Like it is I mean like it's burning down my home and stuff, but like I'm never like angry at it.
Hmm.
It's just like a thing happening. It's like a storm.
Interesting. It's just. Does it feel like normal? Like, is it like it's just another part of life in the dream?
Yeah, I guess. I'm not like freaking out about it or anything like that.
It's like hearing a story, but watching it instead of
Yeah.
hearing it.
Should I try to fight it next time?
Yes,
Or befriend it. Could do either.
both.
Maybe
You
it's
can
like
fight your friends.
well, that's the thing, right? Is like maybe it's like you, and that like a good fight would endear you to it or
Yeah.
something, right?
Yeah. Maybe. I'll try it next time. If I dream about it
Yeah.
tonight, I'll try it.
Yeah, give it a try.
All right.
Who's taking first watch with me? I don't want to go to sleep yet.
Oh, I can do that.
I have something that I need to talk to you about, Win, and I also have something I need to talk to Lenore about.
All right. Do you want to do that now or go somewhere? Or
I look at Lenore.
I'm fine with whatever.
I don't know. I'm just saying I want to be on watch with one of you guys.
I can just pass out if you'd like to hang out with Win for a bit.
I'm cool either way.
All right. Then I'll take first watch then. I like to sleep anyway. And then Lenore, can I talk to you like in the morning or something?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Awesome.
I'll kind of punch dab him in the shoulder lightly. Sleep well.
No. He goes and curls up.
All right, so first watch, and Olvis. As the rest of you kind of retire, darkness sets upon the forest in total now, with nothing but the dim light of your campfire keeping you kind of alit with a soft orange glow.
Hey. So today was kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I almost died. So I wanted to ask you before I like just did it, because I know you kind of got a lot of stuff with your family and with Theo, but I was just gonna say I don't really like have family anymore in Havensford, so like I was wondering if you'd be all right if I do, bite it over the course of this adventure, if I gave Theo my night stuff.
Yeah, that's fine, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But don't.
No, but don't. Oh no, I'm not planning on it or anything. Today made me think about it for the first time, like literally ever. I don't
Is that
think
why
I've
you're
ever.
so quiet?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it. Um, yeah, I'm I'm just thinking about it. I would like to just make sure that I know he kind of looks up to me in the Salamander Knight thing. I'm not gonna give it. I I, I think I'm gonna leave it with Lenore if that's okay. And
It's
like
perfect.
that way, just when the time comes, like
He can
whenever he
grow
gets,
into it.
yeah. That's what I was gonna talk to Lenore about, but I wanted to like talk to you guys before. I'll talk to you, but because I know like your brothers and everything. I didn't want to like push Theo towards that sort of thing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I imagine inheriting something like that. Um, he's a natural born sheriff anyway. I'm sure that at some point he'll apprentice under Maeve. Um, I don't think he's gonna want to leave, or at least I hope not. Though I suppose we'll see. Um, Whatever happens, if he does follow in his brother's footsteps or whatever, I want him to be armed and armored, so that's fine. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. It's no problem. I don't obviously don't want to get this stuff was really expensive, you know. I want to like I don't want to give it up, but like I
Right.
just I'd rather it go to somebody who's gonna appreciate it and not to like a pawn shop or something, you know.
He'll very dutifully take care of it.
I think I'm gonna get a salamander tabard at some point. Um,
Oh, that'd be great.
yeah, I think he'd be into that. I think green, like a dark, like a forest green, sort of to
That would
like.
like complement your skin.
Yeah, I was
That would
thinking.
look nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right,
That would look great.
cool, cool. All right, that's all I really had.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's just fine. And thanks for asking.
It's no problem. You know, I just want to make sure I'm not like your family's been through a lot, you know. I don't want to add. I don't want to be a factor in that.
I mean, stuff just happens. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
That's it. And you adapt to the circumstance in front of you. And if the time comes and Theo's called to the forest, or whatever's been happening, hopefully he's
He'll
more prepared.
he'll have a sword.
A great one.
It's actually not a great sword. It's a broadsword, which is a little different.
What's the difference?
So like a great sword is typically like a two-handed weapon. It's normally supposed to be used on horseback, but a lot of guys think they're really cool and use it on foot, which is not how you're supposed to use it. But
Mm.
and then a broadsword is just like a one-handed. It's just like a kind of a heavier sort of one-handed sword. They also call them arming swords.
Aren't they all arming swords because they're in your you carry them with your arms?
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe I read the book wrong. I'll read it again when we get back to town.
I want to know more about this stuff too. I really don't know much about it. My dad left his sword in the shed, so I've kind of just been playing with it, but I don't know anything.
Well, I mean, I practice like every morning. If you want to like when we're in town, if you want to like just meet up in the morning and practice some sword stuff, I'm sure Davin would be into that as well.
We can start a swords club.
A sword club. Yeah.
That'd be great. I'd
Oh, that'd
love
be
that.
awesome. You guys get to see my favorite spot in the meadow. That's I mean, I'm sure you guys have been there, but I mean like I go there every morning when the sun is rising and then like it hits the it's very like there's a lot of like
Yeah.
moisture there. It feels great.
Oh, and I bet out there you get like the specks, in the air.
Yeah, yeah, it was very misty.
That sounds awesome. So we got to get home.
Yeah. So that's the plan then. All right. Great. All right. Well, I guess we gotta watch stuff now.
And I have to watch carefully over something just really quick. And she's gonna peek at the thing that Babushka has left out.
Sure. If you're trying to go over quietly and procure it, go ahead and give me a dex
Yeah.
check.
All right. Trying to be much more careful than last time.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
You
Can I get a hand on the ball?
please, please.
As she's going over, Ola's like sitting by the fire, like 20 feet away, just goes, "What are you doing?"
Babushka, you hear quite loudly from the other side of the camp an Olus.
Hearing like the "what are you doing?" It doesn't sound like anything that is stronger than the dream Babushka's having. And so she's just gonna just mumble to herself. Haperduck, quiet down, come to bed. Sleepily.
Do I have to cuddle her now? I don't know how this works. She's gonna take it.
All right.
So, Babushka, I don't know if you have anything written on there,
I do.
or if you want to send that or share.
I will read it.
Sure.
If I'll read it in the voice of Babushka.
Sure.
How would Babushka have known to refer to you as a child of the village? Like, what would be the name that you would have had as a child that she would probably reluctantly have abandoned as you became a woman in the village?
So, any was a common one from adults, and other school children took to calling her Worm. Yeah.
So Annie
That's
is
great.
Annie and Worm. Okay. All right. It
I thought you were gonna
says
say worm for like squiggly fingers.
squiggly fingers. That's amazing.
It's fantastic.
It doesn't read like a letter addressed to you, obviously. It's more of a documentation written about you. And it reads, less of a child, more of a whirlwind. When does a woman become a woman if not for daring adventures, seeking mysteries that only the brave dare to uncover? Annie is a creature that causes ripples on the still lake surface of my thoughts. But I am not upset by this. I am overcome with admiration for the fearlessness of the way that she travels through the world. A small world, but all worlds are small, and we grow bigger. A fearless warrior she's become. A journey through perilous times with great uncertainties for a family that seems to be getting smaller. And a heart that holds on with great strength to avoid being lost itself. From the very beginning, it was evident that she possessed a spirit that craved the thrill of the unknown. Such courage, like a flame that refuses to be extinguished. As she navigates through those challenges, I hope to see her on her way. To see such an indomitable spirit of the child become a beacon of inspiration for a village. One of the qualities, little cabbage, that she holds is unwavering determination. Perhaps a path that few choose, not meant for the faint of heart, and yet a path for the hungry, a path for those who be tested with resolve to seek out what is either beyond the mountains or move them themselves. I often think of the children of this town, this village, as my own grandchildren, the ones I never got to have. If I could pick, I would always pick the most tenacious. And Annie is such, a force that propels forward. Nothing dare stand in her way. This is a brilliant star on many nights, able to stand tall against shadows that threaten to engulf. This is no longer a child, but a woman. A woman who is clever, with a wit sharp as a blade that cuts through webs. No deception or confusion still or lingers in her hair. She clears it away, moving, always moving, this one. She reminds me so much of myself, but better, more clear, more hardened. I would proudly have called her one of my kin and comrades, and chosen her to take up the mantle of becoming a death-shroud banshee in the harsh fires of war. I am old now, but I see her carrying this torch. If there is to be war, and the fires are going to be harsh in that war, I choose her warmth beside me. May she know that while I do not like to be touched, I do see a simple nod, a simple smile is equal to a good hug. But she'll never know. And that's all it says.
She like is a little bit misty and then like determinedly like in like the kid tomboy way like scrubs it away with her sleeve. She turns to Olus and is like, ah. She doesn't think that I'm a fuck up.
What do you think? Why do you think that? You're not.
Just here. Ah.
He takes like a full hour and a half. No, just kidding. And what's this word? And what's this word?
Where are the drawings?
It's
And
like
then,
it's kind of like me and Theo.
yeah. Is that how you feel about him? That's really great.
Kinda. Yeah. I
That's
feel
really
like
sweet.
yeah. I mean, I know he looks up to me. I want to be a good role model for him.
Thank you for looking out for him.
I think you got. I don't think you're a fuck up.
I mean, you know.
You're doing an incredible job raising Theo, and you're taking over for the house. You know, like you're doing great. And look, you're out here for the town.
I mean, you know, it's just it is what it is. And no person can fill 6 shoes, but you know, it's easy to just, what am I trying to say? People talk, and I've heard what people say, and she's so fucking cool. She's so cool.
She's really cool. Yeah, I agree.
She's really cool and so scary.
She can be mean.
So scary. And it's just nice. But I should put that back. Sorry. I didn't want to be the only one that had read it because I didn't want to just, I don't know. Thank you for reading it. Now in hindsight that seems silly, but I'm gonna put it back. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
When you put it back, you just hear Babushka sweetly muttering, "Now give us the information, or you're gonna lose the other 9." And then her eyes are open when you like show up. But she's sleeping. She's very obviously sleeping. But when she says it, it's like, is she talking to me? Oh my God.
Oh God. Like trembling fingers puts it back and then yeah.
So the rest of your watch goes on without any major incident. Time passes. Who would like to take the second watch? Got Davum and Simon, looks like. All right. Davum and Simon. Is there anything you all wish to discuss or any business you wish to tend to?
You're muted big time. Davum, you
Thank
seem
you.
a little quiet.
Thank you.
I know
Appreciate
it's
it.
late, but
No, just as he's like being like woken up and getting up, he'll like go to get up and
you
there's a
okay?
lot of arrows.
Yeah.
I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever been stabbed so much. Aye.
Have you been stabbed before?
Not very much. A couple of times, messed with the wrong animal.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess getting bitten.
Sure, but no, not quite the same. Surely.
No, it isn't. Are you? Well, that's it makes me nervous to keep going. We've had 2 fights and both were close.
That they were. I can't imagine the next one's going to be any less of a test.
No, I don't think so.
Have you thought about it a lot?
Have I thought about?
Not getting back. Just all of us. None of us getting out.
I thought a little bit about not making it back myself, especially after the first night, but I don't know. All we need to do is see what's up. See what's out there. If it's too big for us, we can go back to town, raise, some sort of militia and handle it.
Sure.
I'm worried. That people won't take to that idea. We have a couple here who are eager. I'm terrified. Not to say that they aren't, but they're handling it a lot better than I am. You seem to be handling it well too, Devin. I'm proud of you.
Something about that last fight was... Something came out of me that I wasn't aware of. And I'm a little concerned about it. And I'm a little grateful because I think more than afraid, I'm angry at these things that are interfering with so many lives that have already been tested and tried, and so I don't like don't like seeing my friends struggle. I think whatever's in these woods needs to fuck off. But yeah, it was a lot more. I was a lot more angry than I thought I was, and I don't know. I've never really dealt with anger, so I appreciate what you're saying. But I'm a little worried.
Sure, I mean, anger is hard. It's something that we all deal with, and it's natural, but it's hard when you don't have a place to put it, and it's easy to put it in the wrong place. We're out
Exactly.
here, you know, doing something for our home. But don't forget, this is not Havensford. And this is not our home. We came here.
That's true.
It's clear that those goblins weren't amenable to any sort of well, the only peaceful end for them was for us to turn around.
Which we can't do.
Which we can't do. Not until we see what's going on. And that might be the case from here on out, but just I think it's smart to think about who here might deserve any sort of anger as we go forward.
That's fair. I'll be honest, I half expected you to say something like, oh, anger's bad, you know. Can't be angry. Try and find the source of it. That kind of a thing. You just always seem like a really level-headed type, and that's usually what I hear from level-headed types.
There's no sense in hiding from ourselves.
Not a bad point. So you're... he adjusts and like relaxes himself on purpose, just kind of like shaking off the tension of talking about his prejudices, and then just goes, so you've done this before?
Traipse through the woods and die almost? Yeah.
Well, you're alive, thank goodness.
So
Don't know
far.
that we could survive without you. I think we could get along maybe, but
That might be something to think about. Not to be...
sure.
It's been close.
How do you not get angry though?
Out here?
Well, you know, I'm pretty sure I remember you talking about how goblins are the ones that gave you the scar in the first place, right? And then they just fantastically reinforce that. So how are you so level-headed?
I guess just... I'm out here to do one thing. And it's not get into fights or hurt anyone or, you know, slay the dragon or whatever. I'm out here to help the people of Havensford. And I don't know, maybe it's because it's not about me. Those goblins weren't out here for me. They didn't attack us. They didn't attack me. If I wasn't here, the same thing probably would have happened, you know? Could have been anybody. It's not...
I've always wondered what role your faith takes in situations like this.
There's a saying, and it's more of like a wayfarer's thing, right? But wayfarers and the wind, like, there's a strong connection there, and what stands in my way becomes the way.
Mm.
You know? Our paths are marked by the obstacles in them. And it's not... It's just the next step. And you just have to figure out how to climb it. I don't know if that makes sense.
So is it not, you're not, are you religious because it seemed like the right course and that's kind of it?
After what happened to me as a wayfarer, you know, when the goblins attacked us and almost died, wayfarers are meant to go out and help. They're supposed to protect the roadways and just help people in need.
Sure.
But I wasn't doing it for that. I was doing it because I wanted to go out and see the world and have adventures, and you know, I was never much of a fighter, but
sure,
you know, being found and helped and healed and that's what I wanted to do. And I just didn't want to do it for me anymore. And I found comfort in this.
It's hard to imagine you as a selfish person.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I don't think that was always true. I don't think people would have always said that about me.
Well, I'm not sure many people would say that about me, so That's fair. So your wayfarer saying,
Sure.
what stands in my way becomes the way. Is it the obstacles that define you, or the recovery of from them? Because if you were to be defined by the obstacle, right, you'd probably hate goblins.
I think like a lot of things, it's kind of what you take from it. For me, I guess I mean, we're shaped by the experiences we have.
Sure.
I would agree, like, those things don't define us, right? But, like, they certainly, you've been shaped by the things that happen to you. Do you define yourself by that thing you carry on your back?
Probably more than I should. But
Something to think about.
not entirely. I see what you're saying. I hope that's not a terrible question to ask about your faith or anything. I know I'm not exactly quite about how I feel about things like that. But
It's just conversation. And it's just you exploring. I don't take any offense to it.
I'm glad. There's no offense, man.
Sure.
Well,
Maybe not the best person to ask, but, you know.
Sure. Well, I don't know about you, but I've had quite enough of this serious conversation. Do you want to play marbles?
Good with me.
All right.
So you all play a bit of marbles and continue your watch in relative peace, which brings us to the final watch, Babushka and Lenore. As you all trade out, is there anything you all would like to discuss?
Say that it's been quiet.
Been really quiet.
Rest easy. We'll be on the lookout now. We got Babushka's special sense to make sure we don't get too surprised.
Don't rely on it. Just because I get a weird feeling in my right hip when evil is afoot.
I trust that it could be the difference between us being ambushed or surprised. But I'm
And
still on
that's-
the lookout.
Maybe that's why I'm here. Just so you all get a fair chance at killing and death.
I mean, I'd rather spot it when it's not as far away as it possibly could be from us. It might be a little too close for my liking, but at least it's better than not seeing it at all.
That's why I use a crossbow and a shield big enough to hide my whole body. I like to punish something for getting too close. I have to say, it was a hard fight. And I got to see all of you in a tight spot. I have to say, between you and I, my dear, I'm impressed.
You're the one who one-shotted Zahira without even trying to.
She was just a woman.
I'm not sure what she was. At least in that moment. I'm still not quite sure there.
An enemy, standing still, not aware of where I am. That's how we trained. Those are the easiest shots to take. Except for the first time. First time is not so easy. Tell me, my dear, have you a memory of the first time that you've used your magic in a way that feels a little less like making a hot cup of tea and a bit more like making a cold corpse?
You know, the first time was actually draining heat, and I was young and I had a pet bunny, and he was sick. And there was nothing that we could do to help him. Um, and I just thought it seemed like the easiest way to go. It was like maybe 4 or 5 seconds. It's strange to have the first thing be kind of a mercy kill, so to speak. Um, and then I hadn't used magic or weapon, kind of used magic as a weapon or used my crossbow or halberd until I left home and had to kind of protect myself on the journey here.
Hmm.
At that point, it was just the first thing was literally just on the road, robbers, young woman traveling alone seemed like an easy target. And it took me a while to shake that. I don't think there's any easy shots in battle. Any shot that hurts someone, even an enemy, it's never easy.
Perhaps the difference is I know evil when I'm killing it, and everyone else has to think there might be some good left. It makes it easier for me not to feel anything but the recoil.
It gave me a great sense of peace for you to say that whatever was appearing as Sahira was evil.
I promise I will never lie to you, but I also fear that there might be something wearing my face one day saying, Simon, Olis, Davim are evil. I want to make sure that no one ever needs me because I'm not going to be around. Always. I'm not on my way out. But I'm old. I'm not what I once was. And it has been more moons than I can count since the time I took my first life. And it was not a little bunny. It was my brother-in-law. He was mistreating my sister. My husband was off to war, as were most of the men, except for the lamed or elders. He was lamed, had a bad leg, or so he said. To this day, I think maybe he was lying. But he became quite liberal with the use of his open hand on her face, and then the back, and then a closed hand. And when he was out exchanging for supplies at the nearest caravan that came through our town, I followed him with my papa's old crossbow that he had left for us to make ease of hunting. After all, us women were not so trained in the longbow, with a draw strength of over 100 pounds for most of the weapons of our village. I was so angry with everyone gone. And, well, I was mostly angry with my sister for letting it happen. I thought to myself, this is my one noble deed, and I'm going to feel good about this.
Did you feel good after it was over?
No. No, I watched my sister cry over him, and I felt more the monster because she never knew. It was thought to be bandits or a caravan deal gone bad. No one
I
ever
think
noticed the one less crossbow bolt in the quiver, or that the dust on the string was gone. No one ever asked why I had nightmares, but they went away.
I think it takes great strength to sacrifice that part of yourself for a loved one, especially when they're not really in a position to understand or ask for the protection that they need.
I know in 1,000 years I'll live and I won't be sorry, but I will be disappointed that I never told her or that I never asked. But I know, like you said, some people will just, they won't, they don't know they're too far out in the tide until they're in the rip current. And then they'll panic and they'll just hurt themselves. Or it'll be too late. Willful, blind, ignorant, hopeful, the faithful, some of those people who pray for divine intervention. And then there's us, people like you and I, who make our own intervention. Your magic is not some blessed thing promised by a god or that you begged for. One day you took to the road, like you said, and made yourself less of a target every day. And now look at you.
I'm glad that's how you see me. And I think even though you and I went to go out and protect, even now we're going out to try to protect Havensford, it's a form of prevention. We're trying to keep the worst from happening. And I think one of the hardest things sometimes about wanting to prevent is that if everything goes according to our plan, no one else will ever understand why we had to take the measures we did.
Well said. Yes, when you walked into the sheriff's office, I was sure I was about to be dealing with more of the villagers who will always say that violence isn't going to solve anything. Never creatures they've never encountered and monsters they've never known. The scariest thing they've ever seen is a harsh crop yield in a tough winter. But even the sheriff had gone soft, great warrior that she once was. A reminder not to go soft, to stay keened like a sword or a crossbow hanging over the mantle.
Did you ever tell your husband?
Yes, him I could tell anything and everything.
I'm glad
He,
you got to share that with someone. It can be a difficult weight to carry secrets.
it was the last conversation we had. It was not the main focus of the conversation, but it was The day he returned, and I was thinking to myself, I have to tell a soul. And here is my loving husband, Haperdak, never judging me, celebrating what I did, freeing my soul of the burden of guilt. The feeling of a secret's a terrible thing amongst family that you love. He freed me from that. And next we heard his sergeant came yelling back, saying he was needed, that the sevenfold front was falling, that the relief that they were promised wasn't going to be weeks. No, it was going to be just a day. Day and a night. We made the most of that night. I almost feel like him not sleeping because of me got him killed, but
I have a feeling he probably wouldn't change anything about that night.
in the days I used to pray, I prayed for that thought. And now I've replaced prayer with memories. And every memory I have with Haperdak says, that night was perfect. Because if the gods are going to take you, you don't want to go out with a full night of sleep. You want to go with a home-cooked meal and, well, a romp in the hay.
How many years did you have with him?
Not enough. Not enough. Well, I'm rambling and we should probably get going. It's been a few good hours and the light of dawn is coming.
So as you kind of wait and rouse your companions, the dull kind of gray light that is the morning sun barely able to come through the top of the canopy of the trees begins to illuminate your surroundings. You also, as you all kind of stir and begin to kind of tear down the camp and begin to prepare yourselves for the journey ahead, you hear the sounds of thunder beginning to sound off into the distance. Tops of the trees start to shake as a storm begins to roll in. We're going to take a break right there. We're going to take a quick a bio break, go empty our piss,
Body trash.
and we're going
Stop.
to go
Body garbage.
our body garbage.
Body garbage.
We'll be right back, but it'll be a second for you. See you in the future.
Future.
We're back.
Oh my
First
gosh,
try.
so good to see
First
you.
try.
Welcome
First
back.
try, we
Thank
did
you
it.
so
We didn't
much.
get stuck in a time loop at all.
God, that was so annoying the last time that happened.
That
I
was
know, it's
yeah.
a pain in the ass.
It's those time drugs you keep bringing.
That's
That's what
time
they do.
drugs.
The high is just so good.
We
Yeah,
just
I
got to
know.
do
Yeah,
more
it
time
is.
drugs to offset.
Cannot.
Yeah, ibuprofen, more like I be screaming.
Oh.
Do enough time drugs, you just come back around to like the.
Yeah, it's like you can smoke yourself. So
Yeah,
You
it's-
smoke yourself
You do
sober.
what?
Yeah, it's like dementia with your elder family members who forget to if they've taken their pills or not. So they just keep taking
Just
their
keep
pills.
taking them, and then there's
Just keep going. Keep
So
going.
they're just super.
my dementia's
healthy.
cured, I guess.
Anyway, hopping back into it. So, you all wake up, the sound of thunder and the light pitter-patter of rain starting to fall greets you this dark and dreary morning as you all set on the road. What is likely going to be your last full day of travel. So, getting on the
So
road.
we
Yes,
we
go.
regain a hit point, right? For having
Yes, you do regain 1 hit point for a night of rest.
every
Yay.
bit counts.
Every bit counts.
I'd like to
Simon is
another.
up early to do his praying.
Sure thing.
Just as like a bookkeeping thing for clerics.
Prey.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I love it. So,
Jay.
as you finish your prayers, finish a quick meal, you all wake up, set out, and the first bit of the day begins. Is there anything you all would like to do as you all kind of begin your journey? I believe, if I have the marching order correctly, it is Lenore, then Davin, then Enwin and Babushka, then Olus, and then Simon. Is that is just what I have? If you want to change it up, you are welcome to.
And will trek alongside Davum this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's cool.
Lenore would fall back to be able to speak with Olus.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then I guess I will move up front and walk with Babushka.
Oh, Bushka's in the middle, right?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Just
There's
Davum and Enwin in the
room
front.
to have like
Davum,
3 or 4
okay.
people beside
That's-
each other.
yeah.
It's not. You do not have to be single file. It is more just a marching order sort of ordeal.
Yeah.
I'll just
For
move
no
up into
reason.
the middle. That's fine.
For no reason.
For
No reason in
reason.
particular.
Okay, so the about the first 4 or 5 hours begin and are relatively uneventful, shy for the rain that is now starting to come down. Yes, Olus, do you have something for me?
Just while we're traveling, I would like to speak with Lenore, but I don't want to interrupt you.
Absolutely, no. Go right ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Lenore.
Yeah.
This is some weather we're having, huh?
Storms aren't exactly uncommon this kind of year, but it is unfortunate. It's on our walk.
I'm actually I actually like the rain a lot. It's nice.
Do you feel like you breathe easier in it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can breathe fine on land. It's just like it just feels a little stuffy. It's like when you have like you're wearing the blanket in your house and you're
Yeah.
like by your fire. You know what I mean? It's just like a little too much.
Yeah.
I have something that's kind of a little dark to talk about, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
So the fight with the goblins yesterday was pretty rough. And I talked to Wayne about it already. And I was hoping that if something were to happen to me, and I wasn't able to go back to Havensford for some reason, like alive,
Yeah.
if you would watch after Lady Spins for me.
Of course.
Awesome.
I mean, I know that Madeline's helping out with watching the stables right now, but of course, Lady Spins especially. I don't know actually what it would be like for her if she witnessed you not coming back with us. So yeah, she would get a lot of extra love and care. I'd make sure she was okay.
I thank you. I do have one more request.
Yeah.
My stuff, like my armor and my sword and stuff like that. Would you take that back as well and give it to Theo when he is old enough to use it?
When do you think would be old enough?
Oh man, I don't know. I was talking to Win about it last night, and I don't know what. Well, not about the. I was
Are you thinking like age or maturity?
like, I
He can
think
physically fit into it, or when he seems like mentally ready for it?
like mentally, because
Yeah.
then he could always prepare and like get
Right.
into shape for it. But like, if he's like, yeah, I just don't want to. Yeah, I just don't want to give a sword to a little kid.
I think that's a great plan to not arm a child, especially one who's as curious and rambunctious as Theo.
Yeah.
But I think that you'll be able to go back and train them yourself. But I understand having a contingency.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure it didn't like just I don't know. This stuff's important to me, you know, and it is like kind of as like a knight, it's like important that your equipment, like if you're like a legendary knight, like this stuff kind of like goes, it like goes into, you know what I mean? You just gotta have some respect for it, and so I just want to make sure it goes to somebody who will appreciate it.
You know, I have this antique chest from my mom, and it has elven lace in it.
Mhm.
I think that if you wouldn't care, I would put your armor in that chest, wrapped in the lace, and it would be protected. Um, and then when both Inwin and I felt Theo was ready, he could have that.
All right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That makes me feel a lot better.
We'll make sure it stays safe.
I don't plan on like dying or anything.
No, you better not. You're not allowed to.
Yeah. I don't like. I just wanted to, just in case, just in case.
Yeah.
All right. All right. That's all I had really. It's gonna get. I think it's gonna get crazier. So like, I don't know. We should just like be careful.
Yeah, you're very brave, and you'll kind of charge through those front lines and watch out for yourself.
Well, actually, cavalry is supposed to like try to hit from like this, like the flank of an opposing force, and not really try to. It kind of defeats the purpose to like charge straight into like an enemy line. It's better to like hit the flank so that way you can hit and continue moving through.
Then definitely use that strategy.
Okay.
I have a feeling the fights that are ahead of us are going to need strategy.
Yeah.
But I also didn't realize how helpful it would be for me to bend the light around you all so the enemy wouldn't be able to see you.
Yeah, that was
I think
great.
that would help you out a lot.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking more as I'm learning how you fight and how you handle attacks. What could be helpful for that?
No, yeah, that was great. That I felt like you said, like I was able to just like sneak right where I needed to be.
Yeah. Hopefully that would help keep you and Lady Spins from having any unnecessary hits.
That's the idea. All right. Thank you.
Of course.
So you all continue your trek on. A few hours pass, relatively uninterrupted and unimpeded, apart from the rain continuing to grow. The sounds of thunder now getting a little less distant as they seem to be getting closer as they do. As you continue along the way, Dabum and Enwin, as you are the ones in the front, you are the first to notice this. As you're kind of trudging along, kind of following the natural kind of mounds of the ground, trying to stay out of the slowly growing puddles of water off to your sides, you, just through the rain, through that kind of white noise sounds, you hear the distinct sound of chickens. About a dozen chickens, in fact. Give or take. Bunch of different calls. If we could get everyone to do a chicken noise, that'd be great.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Yes.
Actually,
You hear all of that.
I actually have chickens. This is hilarious.
Oh god, my Ocarina of Time PTSD is kept coming right back.
I just thought of like Arrested Development.
All right. I think we're like in stride, and then like go down to like quarter speed for like a couple of seconds. Like slow down, and then like squint and start to really take in.
Do you hear?
Are those chickens?
I think that's chickens.
I can sense if they're evil chickens if we must.
I mean, that'd probably be helpful, but
For the record, every chicken
Is
I've
it-
ever met was an evil chicken and needed to be eaten.
that's fair. Is it, what? Who would leave? Are they wild chickens or
Sounds more like a turkey.
should
Also,
we?
Zach, if there's anything unusual about the end of their call that you're doing, it's getting like clipped.
Is it?
Yeah.
There is a crescendo in their sound and a sudden cutoff.
Oh, is that accompanied by a
No,
call or anything?
just a cry.
suddenly.
And give me, anyone in Devon, since you're kind of leading, give me wisdom checks, if you would, please.
Hey.
Oh. Okay.
A wisdom.
A wins,
Check.
Inwin is winning this check.
That. Yeah, that's yep.
Dam's a little hard. The water kind of getting to you.
It's like
but
dripping in my pointy ears.
yeah, you kind of doing the dog thing. You're like, but Inwin, there is a distinct kind of like muffled grinding sound that seems to be following the sudden stop of the chickens.
Guys, I don't like this.
I don't either.
I'm gonna pull up my ghillie suit and disappear.
I love it.
There's a grinding sound.
I'm gonna ready my crossbow.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out my short bow and kind of start to walk.
Okay.
I am up on Lady Spins.
Okay.
I'm trying to be stealthy.
Trying to be stealthy. Okay.
Yep.
I assume you don't have the do you have the move silently feature?
No.
No. Okay.
No, I don't.
Go ahead and give me a dexterity check then.
Okay. That is
Okay.
prime for me today.
Very nice. Okay. So, unless anyone is objecting or says otherwise, I assume you all are continuing to move forward cautiously, weapons out. As you proceed, you begin to notice there is a dull glow that seems to be peeking through some of the trees. And as you kind of come around a corner, you see a large... No, not large, a massive, humanish looking form. 2 arms, 2 legs, a head, a torso. But this creature, it's sitting down. So its true height is a little masked, but even sitting, it towers probably a foot or 2 above you all. As it's hunkered over, its skin is this kind of greenish brown. It almost looks like bark. As there's just tatters of cloth and pelts kind of combined to kind of adorning it that make it look quasi-clothed. A large pole with this huge blade on one end is leaned against a tree. As this creature's... You see a hand reach down to this crate, and out comes a chicken as it takes it and just...
She looks away from that.
As the grinding sound you can hear is clearly from this creature, just very, like, primitively just grinding on this in its mouth. As it kind of... It's now directing its gaze over at you all.
Does it look like a troll, like the ones that we saw in the house?
There are distinct similarities to a troll. However, this one does not look like the one you previously encountered. This one is different. But it's safe to assume that this is troll-like.
Who speaks troll? Like last time?
I tried a little bit last time, and we kind of found a elvish-ish common ground, but it
sees
Not
us.
sounds
Maybe
like
ask about the darkness.
Lenore, would you like to try that, or am I gonna go?
It's looking at us.
It just has a crate of chickens.
It has a crate of chickens that it is palming and eating like an apple.
Can
Are
we
there
see
any
from
weapons
here?
near around it? Sorry.
Yes,
Yeah.
it has. There is what would for you all essentially be like a very large pole arm, but to it's basically like a one-handed sort of weapon. But it is right beside. It is leaned up against the tree, next to this creature.
Is there any sort of like marking on the crate, like that?
Give me a
anything that
wisdom
might
check.
indicate.
See if you can
like,
see. Currently, let's see. Currently, you're about 50 to 60 feet away.
12 for prime.
Okay. Yeah, looking over, you don't see any indications of it like being marked or anything. It actually just looks, as you kind of get a bit of a better look and focus in on it, it looks like it is a crate, like kind of like a small little chicken coop almost that it could probably easily carry around.
Okay.
I think since it is like looking at us, I want Lenore to kind of like bow in a way, and just say like, hello.
The sound of just another chicken being ground up. No response.
And then kind of like gesturing a little bit to the group. Could we go around?
Why?
Is there something dangerous that way you don't want us to encounter?
Boss said so.
Oh.
Who's
Uh,
that?
Can't say.
We met some trolls who told us that there was a boss up this way after 4 moons.
Nope.
So what are we meant to do then? Are we just like
Leave.
was oh, I wasn't told. All right.
Is there anything we could give you that would
Nope.
make it all right for us to slip by?
Nope.
You don't work for anyone.
Yeah. I do.
No, you don't. If you
Well-
can't say their name, I don't think there's any boss.
He sighs. As he stands up.
Shit, that didn't work. That didn't work. It didn't work.
At this point, it is now as he stands, probably standing at around 15 or so feet tall.
just gonna do the undo the quick clasp on my gear, and it just like kind of falls off behind me.
I'm gonna.
If you're working for someone, you're being compensated by him. Perhaps we could compensate more.
As he turns, picks up the pole arm.
Oh, that's what I was gonna.
Okay.
I was waiting to see if I can
Nope.
aim at the pole arm.
Then with that, I think I'm gonna be like, all right, we understand. We're gonna leave. And then I'm going to say, Lecter Lux and cast Bend Light.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
You
now
you may cast Lecter Lux, and at this point, I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Can I charge? Can I begin?
Also,
I will let
would
you begin your charge.
the Bend Light is going to originate from Olus. So the 20-foot radius will be around him.
Okay.
Holy shit!
Yo! These initiatives!
The brain cell crew.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just gonna choose to win initiative. 'Cause I
Okay.
get that power.
Again,
I love it.
as always.
All right, so that's great initiative. So Babushka, we've got both Olus and Enwin. Do you all have a preference as to who goes first? Do we want to use Dex mods? Whichever. I leave that to you all.
Olus can go.
Olus, then Enwin. Then we've got. Oh, I guess I should probably roll for Captain Howdy, huh?
I should not.
Ooh, he got a good initiative.
You don't wanna.
Boo,
You don't wanna go
hiss.
first.
But we have Davin.
I shouldn't be allowed to go first.
Davin. We've got Boy. We've got Lenore. Lenore. Boy. And who am I missing? Simon. That's who
Simon
I'm missing.
goes before Lenore, but after Big Boy.
Simon. All right. Look at that. This is great. It's fine. It's fine. Let's just do a little change over here of music. There we go. And then let's get ourselves over to the Big Boy crew.
The combat zone.
Oh, and let me swap over our fancy combat screen.
Oh no. Oh dear.
Oh, it's
dear.
fine. It's fine.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Don't like it.
So it's fantastic, I'm sure. Top of the initiative, first round, we have Babushka. Also, I'm going to say, Olus, you get to about here in the start of your charge.
So I was doing some research.
Okay.
I'm just running it by you.
Yeah, go for it.
This is good, but I don't know if you prefer to use the book rules. So I looked up charging.
Yes.
To get the lance bonus, I need to be charging, and you can only get charging on the first round.
Okay.
It needs to precede a melee attack. So when charging, it proceed by jogging or running.
Sure.
Okay. Turning special movement-based combat maneuver when charging, a character proceeds a melee attack by jogging or running with the intent of using the gain leverage and momentum to inflict greater damage on the defender.
Right.
It's considered to be when charging, a character is considered to be jogging or running.
Okay. Gotcha. So double or quadruple your move speed.
Yeah. So I am on Lady Spins.
Sure.
So that would make my movement speed a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to say it's probably going to be
Several.
more than 50 feet, which is your current.
This comes with a couple of things.
Sure.
The first thing is I get +2 to my damage, and that's in addition to the triple damage I get for being with lance. However, I do take a -4 to armor class. For the
Okay.
rest of it. So that's the balance, I think.
Okay, good to know.
And
Okay.
also keep in mind that he is invisible.
Well, anything within
Well,
the
the
radius.
bending
Effectively, the bending light is effectively doing something in a diameter towards him. However, he's not truly invisible.
Right.
Okay, so Olus, you will be charging on your turn. Gotcha. Good to know. Babushka, however, does win initiative. Babushka, you are up first.
Let's see. I am going to calculate in Babushka's mind. Babushka's going to kind of figure that something this big, her tower shield's probably not going to help. So she is not going to waste time setting that up and losing an attack.
Okay.
She's going to take advantage of the fact that she is amidst Bend Light, which gives a offensive bonus from shooting within, I'm guessing. Because that's kind of
We'll say it gives you a +1.
+1. Okay. I am going, and I can move and attack, or attack and then move. Is that like
Up
the
to
order?
half of your move speed. So if you've got a 30-foot
Okay.
move speed, you can move 15.
All right. I cannot see too well for some reason. I can see things, but it's on like maybe it's.
Let's see. Let me. I
Is
might
it
be
dark
able to-
here?
It is dark, but there should be be a little bit of. Yeah, it says
Yeah,
daylight.
I can see lightly.
Yeah.
It's pretty dark though.
Maybe it's
How about that? Is that any better?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot better.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, yeah, I think that works. Okay. And that's water is what we're looking at, these little spots of pond
Yeah, so
water?
like kind of off to the side here, this is water. That would be difficult terrain to move through. So twice your movement speed. This section over here with like the grass, that's normal ground.
Excellent. Okay, and I am going to fire. Let's see. He's a pretty big target in the sense that his size makes it look like he'll be easy to hit, or am I assessing that his thick hide will make him hard to hit? For the sake of called shot situations.
I will tell you that if you want to spend your action making an observation and trying to deduce that, I'll tell you that.
I'm gonna make that called shot.
Okay.
All right. So I have a +4. My called shot for me is a -4, but I have a +1 from attacking with Ben Light. So this is gonna be a. Let's see. Just roll it and then figure out the normal stuff after.
Okay.
All right. So it's a net gain of +1
Okay.
for me. So 12.
That is going to miss.
Okay. And
Or
then
rather, you fire, and this is a very large creature, and you manage to hit it, but you see it just kind of embed in this large bark-like hide and seemingly have no effect.
All right.
I don't remember exactly what the bonuses were, but I know last time that we fought and I did Bid and Light, there were bonuses for like a shot coming from within that.
Right. There is. This is where Ben Light's description I need to look a little harder at, because it's not invisibility. It's
Right.
not an unseen attacker. It's just you're warping the lights around you, and he is aware. So it's a little bit of a tricky. He did get a bonus though to his attack.
Okay.
And is this creature is it reading as evil?
Yeah, you'd probably get the tingly winglies of
chumblies.
no bueno.
Tingly winglies are no bueno. I'm just going to double check to make sure I didn't forget anything in my most recent level up. And if that's the case, if it's not the case, I'm going to move to the nearest brush, going backwards diagonally 15 feet.
Okay.
And try to use my kind of ghillie suit as kind of a basic cover situation
Okay.
for when the Ben light disappears. I
Sure.
won't be in the same spot. All right, let's take a look. Okay. Most of these are defensive bones against evil, not offensive. So that is my turn.
Okay. Olus, you are up.
Hi, Olus here. I'm going to. I have effectively 240 feet of movement right now.
Okay.
With Lady Spins, so I'm gonna go 5, 10. She's large, so I'm assuming she's kind of in the muck here.
A little bit, yeah, but I mean, you can.
I have 240.
You're fine.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and put myself right here.
Sure thing.
And I will make an attack, please.
Absolutely go for it. Here, I'm giving you
Lady Spins. And the thing about this attack is it's going to be a crit. Fuck.
Close,
Damn it.
but no.
That's not good. Because I still take that -4 to my AC.
Okay. Good to know. So
Raggy.
unfortunately, that will miss. Okay. So that is Olus that takes us to N1. N1, you are up.
You are muted.
You are muted.
Sorry.
Oh, gosh.
What's this? What's this? This thing up here?
Well, that looks like a big old cage meant to, that is possible of holding people.
Is it empty?
It is currently
it-
empty.
Was it full of
Okay.
chickens at one point?
No, the chickens are down here beside our
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
One other question. Does he look plant-like?
There are elements of plant-like material on him. I will say though, it is safe to assume he is not a plant himself. I'm not sure if that answers your question or not, but
Sure.
there is
Yeah.
moss and shit all over him. Like, he looks gross.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So, sorry. So if you like sprint on your turn, you get to go 4 times your movement, right?
Right, correct. But that is
Okay.
your action for the round.
Okay, that's fine.
Beautiful.
30. 25. I would like to end there. So she kind of skirting around, like,
Sure.
not entering his area if she can help it.
Sure.
She's gonna get to about here, and she just has the short bow out, but isn't shooting with it, and is just sprinting.
Gotcha. I love it. Easily done. Davum, you are up.
Okay. Hi, Davim here. So, what are the consequences of jogging and running?
It costs your action. Jogging is twice your movement. Running is 4 times your movement. There is...
Is there any reason?
As far as I know, there is no difference. Now, there is... I will say, there is a mechanic with stealth or hiding. Like, if you are running, you suffer penalties from running.
Sure.
Whereas jogging, I think, does not suffer those penalties. That's a minutia I would need to look up, but effectively, for I think what you're looking at, not really any difference.
Yeah, my my whole thing is that just in other systems that I've played,
Sure.
when you move twice your movement rate, you take like a -1 to something, or you have a
Right.
certain condition, and then
Yeah.
when you have 4 times, you take even more, but you get to obviously, or there's like a prerequisite for moving only in a straight line or something like that, right?
Exactly.
So I just wanted to double check and
Sure.
make sure.
No, very reasonable.
I would
To my
love
knowledge,
to-
that is not the case, at least in terms of penalties to movement. Tell me about it in the comments down below.
Hey, all right. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 as a double our move.
Beautiful.
And take up a spot around here. Obviously, Greatsword is out, and we're getting shreddy for some actual combat.
I love it.
Maybe providing some flanking or getting some flanking.
I love it.
Turn.
All right, that is going to take it to our Captain Big Boy's turn. He's going to do a classic. It's called slap the shit out of a target he chooses. We're going to go 1 Olus, 2 Davum. We've got 2 equally viable threats. Olus, you're the lucky contender here.
Here we go.
All right, let's see how it goes.
You miss it.
Oh, Theo, I might get a sword.
Miss it.
That's a natural 1.
Hey.
Let's
Mr.
fucking go.
Horsey Man is just too much for our Papa Dragon to stand. as he's kind of reeling back and kind of swings, but Lady Spins is not having it, doing a little this action with the hooves, and knocking away the attack. That is a failure on his part, which takes us to Simon. You are up.
I cast Bless on everyone.
Beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
love it.
Thank you so much.
Easy peasy. Simon, that is fantastic. Lenore, you are up.
+1, +2.
+1.
Lenore is going to move just the tiniest bit to the left here.
Sure thing.
And then with her foot kind of drag into the ground as you see kind of like light come up from it. And she says Capio Modus and cast Arrest Motion.
Ooh.
Which is a strength saving throw.
Okay.
He probably is pretty strong, but...
He's looking pretty strong, but he's also not rolling that hot.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not rolling that hot!
Let's go!
Wow, double nat ones across the sky.
Buddy cannot move.
Okay. Now, does that prevent him from...
He can be moved by outside influence, and he can attempt to make a successful strength check on the next round.
Okay.
Actually, wait. If anyone wants to move him, they have to make a successful strength check.
Ooh.
I think regardless, it would have worked for one round, because it says... that at the start of their next round, they can attempt to break it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, he is held exactly
Interesting.
as he is.
Okay. Hey, 10 out of 10 maneuver here, Lenore. I love it. That is going to be Lenore's turn. Top of the round, Babushka, you are up.
All right. Does this mean he's like really easy to hit?
He's technically
move,
not.
right?
He's not incapacitated or helpless per se, but he cannot move. Is how I'm reading this. So
I mean, he wouldn't be able to dodge or deflect.
right, but he does.
It
Have,
also doesn't specify what kind of.
right. So
Just
like
move whatever dex bonus is applicable to AC. maybe?
exactly. So it might be easier to hit. It might not. It's hard to say.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't depend on.
Maybe he
dex
doesn't
at all.
depend on dexterity.
Okay. So now that I have a collective plus, so there's the plus. What's the bless bonus?
+1.
+1.
And the bending light is around Olus, right?
currently. So
he has to see through the bending of the light, which makes it difficult, right?
Yeah, so from your perspective, from Simon, Lenore, and Babushka, and Inwan, there's just this dome of kind of like vaguely obscured light right now. You can kind of see through it, but...
This was my question, is it affecting that 20-foot area, or is it affecting the target, which is Olus, and then anything that comes in that 20-foot area can see him?
Lenore,
It
you
says
have
that
the...
it has a 20-foot diameter sphere and lasts 10 minutes per level. The redirected light makes the target invisible from anyone looking at it, and I have Olus as the target.
Right.
So... Does
does
this
not like a
specifically
dome of
say
invisibility.
invisible?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
it does.
The redirected light makes the target invisible from anyone looking at it, as no light is reflected back from the target for the eye to see, but it does not hide the target from other senses such as smell, touch, or magical vision such as true seeing.
So would we have gotten,
So you
or
would
he
have...
would have gotten, Olus would have gotten, because Olus is the invisible one.
So
The first
yeah, so
round
Olus
should
would
have
have been the one who received the bonus from an unseen attacker.
Or yeah,
So
would that
Olus...
have made it a hit?
it affects 20-foot diameter sphere and lasts 1 turn per level. Redirected light makes the target invisible
This
from
is, but
anyone
that's the
looking
thing.
at
It's
it.
like it's a sphere of influence, but it's a target. So it's
Yeah.
like this is where I'm running into the like, is it a target or is it an area? Like,
Wait. Is it No. Well, it's my thought was is it specific to rune mark? Like the rune of could be triggered in a 20-foot area itself if it was like if you wrote the rune and triggered it later instead of triggering it on the same turn that you cast it.
Emily, what's the rune again? What's the name of the rune?
Bend light. It has a range of 100 feet.
Range of
Yes.
100 feet. It affects.
It
like
affects
it
the
affects
20-foot
a
diameter
20-foot
sphere.
diameter sphere.
And
But
last one
it
turn
would
per
still
level.
be on that area. It would be on the area where everyone is right now.
So is the target? Does the target have to be stationary, or could it essentially move with?
I don't think it specifies this.
This is where it's like. This is where it's hard for me to make that.
All right, Zach.
Okay.
Make some people angry.
Yeah.
Let's
Do
go.
you
Yeah,
wanna-
here we go. Okay, so
So,
here's
Zach,
what I'm
you
going to
wanna
say.
say
Here's
that
what
it
to make
was-
this
Yeah.
easy for me. Tell me about it in the comments below. To make this easy, I'm going to say Olus is effectively invisible. That I'm just going to say Olus is for the duration of Ben Light. Olus is effectively invisible, giving him, because he's an unseen attacker, that's a +10 to hit. So we can go back a 10 seconds in time, which means Olus, you got your charge attack.
Okay.
It's just huge.
So we're just gonna pause, and you can go ahead and roll your
Strike that.
slap attack.
Reverse it.
So it'd be 1d8 plus 2 plus.
Wait, isn't it 3 times 1d8?
Well, no, it's parentheses 1d8 plus 3 because of my strength times.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I see.
Okay,
that-
that's still really
Huge.
Yeah, so 18 damage.
okay. He
Damn.
immediately looks horrible.
as going back in time drugs, Olus kind of rides forward and just center of this thing's chest just buries his lance.
Yeah.
Directly in this thing's chest.
As this guy rewinding time a little bit, as this guy was just going to go get his pole arm just kind of willy-nilly, I was getting ready to turn around to just like bap you. There's just a fucking lance through the abdomen, barely missing his heart.
It's invisible.
It's
so we just see
invisible.
a fucking hole.
There's just
Up
a
here.
fucking goopy hole in our boy's chest right now.
Don't say goopy hole.
You don't like goopy holes? Ah, come on.
No.
It's intensely goopy, and it is a hole.
It's the goop hole.
I hate it here.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well done, Olus, for your past attack. Fast forwarding back to the present, Babushka.
All right, Babushka is sacrificing 6 of her armor class to get a +3 to hit for this round.
I love it.
And
I know.
you do? I changed my mind. Let's
go. Let's
kidding.
do
No.
it. Let's.
And I'm gonna do a. This guy's looking rough, so I really want to hit. I'm always doing the math on the called shot to see if it's worth it. I don't think so. So let's just go ahead and roll normal.
Okay.
And this is going to be with a +4 on top of what I just rolled because of the bless and the +3. So
Gotcha.
I don't even know what I rolled yet. 'cause I
So
have to go back there.
it is an 8 to hit as you shoot, and unfortunately, it once again seems to embed in this barky like hide of a creature, as it does not seem
Ew.
to deal to go deep enough to deal any significant damage.
Okay.
That is going to take us to Olus again.
Hi, Olus here. I'm gonna swing my sword.
Okay, I love it.
So like, he's just gonna like let go of the lance because he.
Sure, yeah, man.
And the sword comes down. I still got the +10, right?
As we're ruling it right now, yes, you do.
Visibility lasts 30 minutes. Or bend light lasts 30 minutes, 10 minutes per level.
Oh my god.
Okay. So broadsword. Oh!
Plus bless.
Oh!
God damn.
24?
Don't even need the fucking bless, my dude.
Olus, how would you like to do this?
Let's
Oh,
go.
shot.
Let's go.
I think Olus, very he's gonna draw his sword and just in a clean, like from the scabbard, directly to the neck of this creature, and then just a clean slice through, brand new sharpened sword, just easily, and then after it happens, he just goes, "Did you guys see that?"
That's fucking awesome.
The best part is we
No.
can't. Yeah.
No.
So, yeah, we all just see the head get lopped off.
Guys, a ghost killed it.
The body falls over. Davim just like, he was like prepped into position. He just like stands up. Why am I even here? What am I?
For the
I
flanking.
love that for this troll, he got hit by something invisible, then got
Just like,
frozen in place, and then got hit again.
Oh my god!
by
So it was
invisible.
it was even more.
It was the most terrifying, like, 10 seconds of this creature's life,
Poor
and then
guy.
it's over with. As this creature, frozen in place, just, like, creakily just falls down into the wet, mucky grounds. It's dead. You did it!
Woo!
From kind of the far bank, kind of calling back to everyone. Was that like a little too easy?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still paranoid there might be.
Should we expect like 15 of those?
Maybe. That might be the.
Are the chickens evil? I need to sense the chickens are evil.
You get absolutely 0 wavelengths of
Because
evil from the chicken, despite their
knowing-
normal. You get a normal amount of evil chicken.
A very regular amount of chicken.
Regular
Knowing
evil
Zach, I
chicken.
feel like this giant was the guardian of this place to keep the evil of the chickens in check, and we are freeing the lich chickens.
Tyranny,
The
tyranny of
lichikins.
chicken.
I dig a lich chicken. That's the
But
new
write that
secret
down.
big
Write that
bad.
down.
Lichikins?
Can I check the body and look for any hints of like, especially who his boss may have been, or
Yeah.
what affiliation might have?
Sure, go ahead and give me as you're searching, give me a wisdom check.
Oh boy.
I think Davin would walk up to Simon and just be like,
Oh no.
guess I was wrong. That maybe it does just kind of get easier sometimes.
There is a lot of
Maybe.
blood all over this creature. There's not much. It basically had a fucking drill shoved through its chest and is just like greenish black blood is just spilling out. Nothing, no indication of
Ew.
any sort of employment.
Lenore, who is not easily shaken by things, is still like the smell and the like consistency of what is oozing out of this creature is kind of like, oh, and that is why she's not seeing shit.
Wynn is gonna trot up with one of her empty cups out and is gonna scoop up some blood
Okay.
and have a cup of troll blood.
Okay.
Do you want to like? I don't want to like get in the way of your adventuring habits. You know, maybe whatever.
Yes, thank you
What?
very much.
What the actual hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
Yep.
Good. Great. Good talk.
Just
Love
you
it.
never know.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Never know. Gonna need a pint of fucking troll blood. Right. Sure.
Babushka's gonna just walk up and give the Ron Swanson nod of approval to the young warrior, hearkening back to the note, about what I saw in her, and just this ruthlessness is very satisfying.
Simon will
Work it
say
out.
some words lightly over the body.
Are there any tracks or anything that would? I know it pointed in a direction for like the bosses that way, but is there anything that kind of?
Go ahead and make another wisdom check as you kind of search the ground in search of any tracks.
All right.
Let's go.
Hey, that's pretty good. So, as the rain is setting in, it's quickly kind of washing away an abundance of any sort of sign or any sort of indication of a road. However, the troll was pretty big, and it left big footprints, and there's a pretty clear footprint path for the time being that seems to be, it seems like it came and went a few times, and that it recently came from the northeast down kind of to the southwest.
Where he was pointing.
Yes, it seems like he pointed back further northeast. And that if you would need to probably hurry, because it is raining, and these will probably wash away, but you could follow these at least a good way.
Are you guys good to keep going?
I'm good.
Might as well stay on it, yeah.
Nothing had. I didn't even. Yeah.
Just
You're saying
really
that?
Quickly,
Sure.
while they're like looking at the tracks and stuff, just with her cup of troll blood next to the troll's body with more blood, she's gonna do two things. First thing, she's gonna touch the troll blood and see if it hurts her.
Okay. You touch it. It's goopy, but it does not hurt you to touch.
Okay. And I'm gonna light a match and kind of stick it in there and see what happens.
It just goes.
Alright.
The smell of burnt troll blood, which is what I can only assume is akin to vomiting shit. So, like, just the most rancid, nasty smell.
So when ignited, it smells gross.
Yeah.
Okay.
Babushka is
Good
kind
to
of
know.
watching from the head of the troll with her boot knife, is popping the eyeballs out and just kind of nodding thoughtfully to end.
Oh,
just kind of just
Oh.
going
Simon
like,
just
and he
turns
look-
away.
and just kind of going. She she looks to Simon, who normally turns away, and she says, "We don't even have time to get the other balls."
Thank God for that.
Hopefully
don't-
over near the trail.
Well, now hold on. I could take a swing. I'm just kidding.
I
Anyway,
think
we should get
wanna
on the
move
road.
on these tracks before
I-
the
yeah.
rain takes
Right, let's
them
get
off.
going.
Let's go.
All right, troll eyeballs added to inventory.
It's
There you go.
very strange to harvest something that you were just talking to 2 seconds ago. It feels very strange to me.
It's the nature of the conversation, my dear. If it's rude, this is how it ends.
Yeah.
Okay.
We offered to bribe him. We tried to make it worth his while.
You know, Babushka, I'm constantly and effervescently frightened of you, and I think that's good. I think that's a good, healthy fear.
I pull out a bag and go, "That's nice, dear. Have a cookie." And I hand him a cookie. Is this the first cookie you've gotten?
I think this might be the second.
This is the second cookie. Okay.
I think this might be the second
There
cookie.
you go.
But he will like completely divorced from whatever thought he was in the middle of. He's just, oh, nice, thanks. And I'll
And-
just start munching on a damp cookie.
And then I'm gonna hand one to Olis, and say, "A cookie for the troll killer or giant killer."
Thank you. I do like cookies, although I should wait until I have time. I have enough space in my budget, my dietary budget for today. So maybe tomorrow I will eat this cookie, but for now I appreciate the gesture.
And she just kind of nods, like, understandable, you know. Still kind of gives you a look like, you're really too lazy to do an extra 50 push-ups, but oh well.
Not
and
how
then
it
just-
works.
She kind of just goes after the rest of the group.
And when
Okay.
he's jumping from troll track to troll track, kind of like kid in puddles.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
it goes down probably like, let's say like 5 or 6 inches. Like, there's a good amount of room because it's soft ground and it's like rapidly filling with water. So you're getting good splashes as you do. Okay.
I'm gonna make a vow to you, Zach, that
Okay.
I am not going to do that every fight.
Please do. Like, that's awesome. Like, I don't. That was awesome. Like,
I meant like the whole charge. I don't want to like litigate charges every time we start.
no, please. But hey, we're all here to learn, and that's part of the fun of Castles and Crusades. Is
Right, and-
it's a deep game with a lot of awesome mechanics, but it's also really easy to pick up, and we're here to learn. And I, as the castle keeper, can learn from my players, just like you can. Download the link
Right.
down below.
I feel like charging is the staple of a person on a mounted.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, like,
exactly.
And
I
you
feel
can only
like
do it
it-
on the first round.
and you can only do it on the first round. I feel like
Exactly,
it's a very
please.
satisfying Ride of the Rohirrim vibe.
Exactly.
I would jump on.
I would have been disappointed if that had been robbed from you.
Right.
Yeah.
Babushka's gonna jump on Simon and yell charge. We'll, you know.
Hey,
Yeah, I mean-
Oh.
I knew she was gonna jump him one day.
Simon immediately is like on all fours, like braying. Seems he's practiced. at this.
I hope someone does fan art for us, and I really want to see like the little chibi cartoon animation of this interaction.
That would be so fun. All right.
All right. So, you all continue to follow the tracks for as long as you can. You continue through the day, the rain continuing to grow more and more intense until you're all kind of like you're all soaked at this point to the bone. As you all kind of begin to the tracks are starting to become more and more faded now as the rain gives way, as night comes over once again. Do you all wish to continue throughout the night, or do you wish to make camp?
It's a
Let's
1
not
hit point rest difference.
Push it.
Let's try. Let's make some rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can in this rain.
We can
It's
find
not,
somewhere to get out of it.
it's not going to be fun. So
Looking for any like nearby caves. Anything that's secluded. I have an advantage for looking for it.
Well, go ahead and
Stuff.
let's get a roll in one
Use it.
for that super
Advantage?
secret.
I don't know what that is. What's
Uh,
advantage?
no,
I've never heard
well-
of that before in Castles and Crusades.
it's you have an advantage.
They have a +1 bonus when passing by any secret door. Sorry, I'm like or when actively searching. The bonus increases to +2. So for any like hidden entrance or secret door, or
Okay.
like concealed
So
area.
elves and
You could
half
find,
elves
like,
are
a
just
secret
real estate
tunnel.
agents all the time.
Oh yeah.
Secret
love it.
tunnel.
Secret tunnel. Oh, and it also applies to like solving a riddle or finding a portal.
Well,
well.
you're in
Okay.
luck because there was a secret door with a riddle on it.
I knew
Oh
it.
my gosh!
And we all
Speak
technically-
friend and enter.
So if there's a hidden thing, I'll let you add the
Sure.
+2.
So go ahead and just give me a check, a wisdom check or whatever your
Shit.
skill. Shit.
Shit.
Welcome to the Rolling Bad Tonight Club.
Baby, I
Holy-
never left.
I never-
I've been
I
here since
built this
episode
place, darling.
yeah.
2. Do not cite the old texts to me.
I've hit one arrow this whole campaign.
Yeah, literally.
Babushka has not hit a thing, I don't think.
Yes, she
so-
has. What are you talking about?
Definitely.
She's like killing.
She was fucking murdered.
No, I
killed
mean
our
today.
friend.
Today.
murdered
No, not
Zahira.
today.
Oh.
I will say
Yeah,
I just rolled 3 nat 1s in a row. Like that
You
was
sure
that
did.
was rough.
Well, here's the gratuitous thing. I have like a +8 to my rolls, and just rolling 4s on the d20s. Like, oh god.
All right, so
Can I look a second time and get a second roll?
for
Sorry.
expediency's sake, we will say that while inland you do not find any secret tunnels, secret doors, or any riddles therein, as you are looking, you do naturally find a bit of kind of like a rocky outcropping that is going to be at least some modicum of cover and protection from the rain, as you all, unless you all have anything else you would like to do, or you wish to push on, or would like to say otherwise, you all kind of retreat into this outcropping, set up your camp. We'll say you go through your watches and get through just fine, and wake up the next morning to begin your last few hours on your journey into the heart of darkness. And that is where we are going to call it for tonight. Ooh. Thank you all so much for watching. I know that was a little bit of a longer one, but we are here. This is it.
Good.
We are at the ends. We're in the end game now. I love the Justice League. Thank you, players. That was fantastic. Some good RP before we all die. Olus fucking murking my boy in a record time. As always, thank you so much. That was fantastic. Thank you all so much again for watching. Thank you, Troll Lords, for letting us do this and making an awesome game. And we will see you all next week for maybe it'll probably got 2 more sessions. I think 2 more sessions, 1 more session, two a treat sessions.
Is there any chance that we level up?
Yeah, okay.
Sometimes all you have to do is ask.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta just ask. Yeah, fuck it, level 4. Why not?
I've always wanted level 4.
You'll probably need it anyway.
Right.
Wow, the health rolls are already dog shit.
Oh no!
All right, no,
We're
it's
gonna
fine.
end it here. Thank you all so much. We
Bye.
love you. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night,
Good night.
everybody. Good night.